parents. What a great week we have had in second grade. We've had a great week from exciting lessons to fun activities. Every day has been filled with learning and laughter. We explored new topics in our reading and in our math. And I was so proud of how engaged everyone was, especially towards the end of the week. Friday was the best day yet. It's so wonderful to see all the hard work that's paying off as we grow and learn together. So, as we proceed in my short little video for you, I just wanted to do a recap. And then I also want to touch base and mention something new that is coming up next week. So, starting next week, we will be having reading groups. Actually, I'm not even going to say starting next week. I'm sorry. Next week, I will introduce reading groups to students. However, it will not officially start until September the 3rd. So right after Labor Day, that Tuesday, that is when reading groups will start. So as you can see here, this is what our reading groups will look like. On Monday, I'll meet with my burger and fries. On Tuesday, I'll meet with my chips and salsa. On Wednesday, I will meet with my pancakes and eggs. On Thursday, I will meet with my chips. And on Friday, I will meet with my salt and pepper group. So when reading groups is taking place, depending on the day that your student is with me, they will be with me. If your child is not meeting with me during this time, it would be a good time for your kiddo to work on any unfinished work, independent reading, study for any testing quizzes. This is their time to be away from the computer if they can be, if their work is caught up. But if your child is meeting with me, they do need to be with me in their reading group. If anything should change during our reading group time, let's just say it's Wednesday and we do not have reading groups for whatever reason, I will be sure to let you know. Starting next week, though, we do have math groups. Okay, so this is what I am going to do. I'm going to take it all the way back to the first year that I was virtual, and I am going to be teaching math, but in smaller groups. I think that with our class size being only 16 students, I think this is a great opportunity for me to be able to meet in smaller groups and really touch base and see who is understanding concepts, who is struggling, and I'll be able to really get a grasp on where my students are at, especially if I can meet with them in a smaller group. So this is starting next week. Math groups is starting next week. Math groups is starting next week. However, it is starting on Thursday of next week. So we'll do Monday together as we've normally been doing from 8 o'clock until 8:30. And then Tuesday we'll meet normally like we've been doing, all of us together from 8 o'clock to 8:30. And we'll do the same thing on Wednesday. Starting on Thursday, when we are starting our new unit in math, that is when we will start our new math group time. So on Thursday, at 8 o'clock, I am meeting with my donuts. So please check to see your child's name. If your child is not meeting with me in that first block of our math group time, they will work on independent work and they will study for any tests and quizzes. Okay? So once I finish meeting with my donuts will be given their independent math work. And my marshmallows will come to me and I will meet with my marshmallows and we will work on our math lesson. And that's how our groups will work. So again, this starts next week, but it does not start until Thursday. So remember, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, we are meeting at our normal time, all 16 of us from 8 o'clock to 8:30. And then starting on Thursday, we'll go ahead and we will start with our math small groups. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know, because again, that is definitely starting next week and reading groups is starting the week after Labor Day. As a reminder, please remind your kiddo, we are not having side conversations during lessons. As a adult, we know we can't listen and talk at the same time, and I know my second graders cannot have a side conversation and be listening to the lesson at the same time. Please remind your student they should not be talking to anybody during the lesson. If you need to tell your child something and it's like an emergency, that is understandable, but we should not be having side conversations as lessons are going on throughout the day. So please remember that. Also, remind your student that the restroom must be used outside of our live class time together. If your kiddo needs to use the restroom, it needs to be taken care of at any time they are not with me. And I give plenty of breaks throughout the day. And I'm going to try to give a few more if I can. We are limited for time. But I need you to remind your student, if they are not with me, before they head back to me, they need to use the restroom. Because if they're going during class, they're missing the lesson. Also, we got to follow those classroom expectations to ensure the educational success of your student. So my goal from day one is to prepare your student for third grade. Yes, we are in second grade, but I am aiming for third grade because that is where we are going. So in order to get there and get there successfully, all of our classroom expectations have to be followed to ensure the educational success of your kiddo. All right, final thoughts. I do want to thank each of my students for bringing their best selves to class this week. I know that next week is going to be amazing. We're going to learn new things. We're going to show what we know in those testing quizzes that we take next week. And I cannot wait to see everyone on Monday morning. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Again, if you have any questions about the reading groups or the math groups, please send me a remind or an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thanks so much for a great week.